Hello and welcome to Tiger Bites, sponsored by Coffee Culture, brought to you live, well we're live, but recorded from the street bar in Marine Beach Hotel.
Where are we? Like,
Jom Tien in Pattaya.
We've come all the way down to Pattaya. And we have been astonished by the number of people that have come and said hello to us.
Yeah.
By the how busy the nightlife is here. Like, really, really busy. We just finished doing Good Morning Thailand, and there's still about 10 people who came to watch the program today. They're all chatting to each other now, and they're ignoring us completely.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I'm Jay, and this is Tim. And it's now time for Tiger Bites, where we get to address your questions and comments from all of our platforms, including our shows on YouTube, and then Facebook, Instagram, as well as the Tiger Talk forum. Shall we get on with it, Tim?
Yes, we delete the nasty ones, but these are some of the interesting ones.
Yes, that we can bite back on.
So I'll start off with Luxury Hotel Adventures, who I think is both setting up a username and also getting some free advertising.
Smart man.
There is zero discipline, he says, in Pattaya, and the authorities know it. I went down there twice during COVID to see a friend and nobody was following the rules, and even during the height of the pandemic, fully justified. So he likes a little bit of rebellion. Okay. What did you notice yesterday? I think most people weren't wearing masks in the streets at all.
Yes, so we went to Soi Buac Khao, and which seemed to be very popular amongst tourists, and I guess most of them were tourists and people living here in Pattaya or come to visit, and it was booming. It was
booming,
really
heaving.
vibrant. Yeah, it was vibrant, it was loud, people were having fun, there were women, there were men, everyone was drinking in restaurants.
There was only women and men.
Yes.
There wasn't anything. I suppose there was a bit of
in
between as well.
There was definitely in between, yes.
Yes.
But yeah, it was great to see that Pattaya has some life in it. To anyone who's saying that Pattaya is dead, it's not. It's trying to survive, it's getting better, but there are signs of vibrant entertainment places still here.
And if you think there are restrictions currently in Pattaya, we certainly didn't see them.
Yeah, we certainly didn't see any last night. No. All right, I've got a comment, and I'm going to go all in now, Tim, with my first comment.
Oh dear, here we
Now,
go.
yesterday, I found out that Tiger Woods' mother is Thai. And I said, oh, that's a cool fun fact. I didn't know that.
You didn't know. Unbelievable.
I know. To which a lot of people were quite offended for some reason. Peter E., this is one comment that reflects people's opinions, and he goes, it never fails to amaze me of Jay's lack of general knowledge, example Tiger Woods. I know it might surprise you, but I know about Tiger Woods, I know about his achievements, I know what he does for a living.
I thought he was Australian.
But it might surprise you, but I don't care where his parents are from. He's one of the most popular athletes in the entire world, and he's great at what he does, and that's where I stop it.
Where have you grown up?
Where have I grown up? In Thailand.
Where do you live now?
In Thailand.
And you don't know that Tiger Woods' mother was Thai.
Just because I'm Thai or live in Thailand does not mean I care who else is Thai.
You are a disgrace.
Do you think I go around thinking, oh, I wonder who's Thai or what celebrities are Thai? Not really.
The interesting thing, though, is Tiger Woods himself hasn't made a big thing about it.
Yeah.
And so that's what part of the reason, I suppose, you don't know about it, because Tiger himself hasn't made a big thing about it. I think
Thailand doesn't use that any marketing regarding Tiger Woods, but probably because they can't, but also because, he's never really coming to Thailand for events, or he's used for marketing promotions, nothing.
So if you'd like to abuse Jay for not knowing a whole lot of other things, we'll give you a special email. abusej.com.
The next time Tiger Woods is playing the Masters, I'm expecting the commentators to go, here's all-time legend Tiger Woods. His mother's Thai, by the way, guys. Get over it. Jesus.
Malik Marine. Jesus, by the way, wasn't half Thai.
He was not.
No. Malik Marine says, all animal shows are abusive. Thailand should be ashamed of these things. All these shows and so-called zoos need to be banned. Tourists stay away from these places. So Malik Marine certainly against what we describe as animal tourism. And there is a sort of a different vibe depending on which country. A lot of Western countries have sort of got the situation now where they look at animal tourism as a bad thing. But there are many Eastern European countries and Asian countries, South Korea, China, I'm thinking of specifically, which see things like animal tourism as something they want to see.
Yeah.
And so Thailand has been able to respond by providing some, a lot of animal tourism shows. There's the Dolphinarium in Thailand, there's the many zoos, there's the motorcycle drivers with really loud motorbikes. Here in Pattaya, there used to be a Thaiger zoo, which I described the other day with the pigs and the whole thing. So there's a lot of different animal shows you can see, reptile shows, crocodile shows. But yeah, different vibes. Some people think, oh, they're shocking, they're dreadful, they should be closed down. But there are still a lot of tourists that enjoy coming to these shows.
Yeah.
So what does Thailand do? It responds by providing them. There's a demand, so they provide the shows.
The shows indeed.
Thanks, Malik Marine.
All right, my next comment is from Jackie T, who says, Jay, I didn't know you were into ice hockey. Hat trick in quotes.
So you better tell me about this. Why are you into ice hockey?
Why wouldn't I be? Well, you know, I've lived in Thailand for 20 years. Before this, I was in Dubai for 5 years and India. Now, they have something in common, as in all those three countries have quite hot and humid temperatures. So I've always been obsessed with countries that have winter season and ice.
Did you know that most ice hockey players, their mother is Thai?
Mostly, so I've heard.
So
well, if I didn't know that, I'd have extremely bad general knowledge, apparently, because that's a measure of how smart people
I
are.
haven't stopped hearing about this for the past 24 hours.
No, but yes, I do like the Chicago Blackhawks and Toronto Maple Leafs, only because Toronto Maple Leafs is an amazing name for a hockey team.
So, ice hockey not played in all countries. It's a bit like Australians who think everybody plays cricket. It's only played by, 6, 7, 8 countries.
It's quite a hard sport.
What, cricket?
No, sorry, ice hockey.
Yes, ice hockey. Oh, that's definitely a very serious sport. Yeah. And they've got a lot of padding because they need it.
Yeah. It's like when you watch the Olympics, where Canada always ends up in the final.
Yes.
It's Canada versus whoever makes it.
How does Canada go with, what's the broom one?
Curling.
Is Canada
I believe they're one of the
curling?
best. I think they're one of the best. Like top 5 out of the 10 countries that do that sport.
Yeah. Well done, Canada.
Well done, Canada.
You know the most Canadians are from Thailand?
Yeah.
Dan Robinson, thank you very much to writing to the Thaiger, said this reopening Thailand to Saudi Arabia is about medical tourism. Major private hospitals like Bumrungrad and Bangkok Pattaya, etc., rely heavily on it. And the powerful Thai billionaires who own them have no doubt influenced Prayut, the Prime Minister, to suddenly re-establish ties with Saudi. So what came first, the chicken or the egg?
Definitely the rooster.
So I would say that, yes, there has been pressure brought on the government to try and, get travellers in from anywhere in the world. Now, they had a particular problem with Saudi Arabia, the Blue Diamond or the Black Diamond affair that went for some 30 years. I'm not exactly sure about the details of that. Google Blue Diamond affair and you'll find a lot more information about it. But for whatever reason, the Saudis have gone, all is forgiven, introduced some flights and we'll come back to Thailand. And I imagine the private hospitals will be grateful for that.
All right.
Thanks, Dan.
Cool. Now we're going to be talking about a comment that's serious allegations. Some serious allegations on our man Jet Gunther. Jose C says, is Jet high? Now this is a comment from Tiger Bites last week. Was Jet high?
No, we...
What does he mean by was Jet high? Was he high on his stool?
Well, no, he wasn't. I mean, sitting next to you, he looked like a minnow. No, Jet's definitely not high, but he's sort of usually fairly exuberant and he's upbeat.
Yeah.
That's his sort of natural disposition.
He's actually quite lively, which regular viewers of Thailand News Today might not notice it because he's talking about serious topics and it's a much straightforward presentation. But in general, what you see in episodes like Good Morning Thailand or Tiger Bites, he's actually like that in normal life. He's loud, he's vibrant, he's
disrespectful.
Yeah. Well,
all that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's Jet.
All that and more. Jet Gunther.
Joe
He's not German, ladies and gentlemen.
No, he's not. No. He's half Australian.
Yeah.
and his mother's from Thailand. Well,
Yeah.
I think his mother is from Thailand.
It is.
Yes.
His mother, I believe, is from Thailand. Yeah.
So Joe Dirt says, what percentage of test and go people are testing positive and shuffled off to expensive quarantine hotels? 50%? 90%?
Okay.
What's your estimate?
I believe it's less than 30. It's like 10 to 20%.
Oh, I think it's even less than that. I'm not sure what the official number is, but I'm thinking it's probably more like 4 or 5%.
Yeah, 5 to 10%.
But did you believe there has been some? I don't think the officials are going to tell us.
Yeah.
There's certainly been no official numbers released on that, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking it would be well less than 4%. Of course, the ones you hear about do make a lot of noise and you see them in the media. But the vast majority of people that are coming to Thailand on test and go are coming in without any problems. They're testing negative and they just get along with their travels in Thailand. So yes, the ones who have had problems, tested positive and, as Joe says, shuffled off to a quarantine hotel, we do get to hear about them. And they've been unfortunate situations and we feel sorry for the people who have been caught up in that. Thanks, Joe.
All right. Tim, have you ever seen Star Wars A New Hope?
That's the original one.
Yes.
That's episode 4.
That's right. Well, there's a new hope out there for our comments section.
Well, I can tell you, I saw it. I was one of the first people to see that movie when Star Wars wasn't even a thing. There was this new science fiction movie released.
They had a special screening just for Australia.
No. It was released, I don't know, at the same time as the rest of the world, but I loved sci-fi and I thought I'd go and see it. Now, I think I was about 18 at the time. I just got my driver's license and me and a friend went to drive up to the city to see this new movie called Star Wars. We were blown away because it was just so different from everything we'd seen. So I did see it. I was one of the first people to see it. Well, the first people to see it generally around the world. Not
Anyways, yeah.
specifically.
David Street has hope. He's brought hope to Tiger Bites because some comments were made about, sometimes the comment section can get a little feisty. But David Street said, I am a viewer and I will try to shape up and do better. And David, I'd like to take this moment to say, Murshka Hargate. And thank you for doing better.
You are the only one. Most of them really don't try that hard. And the interesting thing about the comment section, and we've always said this, that YouTube is by far the nastiest of all our comment sections. And of course, we're sitting here with our names hanging out, with our reputations, our lack of knowledge from time to time. And you hide behind your anonymous profiles and you get to say anything you want, sometimes really nasty, unnecessary stuff. And then you get angry when we delete it. Well, we'll be continuing to delete the unnecessary and nasty stuff, but we do look forward and we welcome all the more interesting comments about the different topics we talk about.
All right. Do you have any other comments?
Oh, do you?
Yes.
I've got SB Boy 68. I'm not sure if that's his birth year. I think they're right. It will make no difference what the Americans have said. This is about the American CDC recommending that people don't travel to Thailand. Thailand is killing its own tourist industry. It doesn't need any help from anyone else. Perhaps the powers that be don't want tourists. This is a sort of a often trotted out conspiracy theory that the Thai government don't want tourists. Now, knowing that either directly or indirectly, Thailand's GDP gets around about a 20% contribution from travellers and tourists, the Thai government are doing everything they can to get any travellers to come back to Thailand at the moment. That's why we're talking about it all the time, because the TAT, who are funded by the Thai government, spend a lot of money trying to get tourists, any tourists, coming back to Thailand. At the moment, it's the Saudis and the Indians they're looking to try and attract. And why wouldn't the Thai government hook its tourist train onto the second most populous country in the world, India, which is only 4 or 5 hours away from Thailand? You can't blame the Thais for trying. As far as them not wanting tourists, well, that's a ridiculous comment.
Right, Tim, my last comment is from Edward Pierce, who says, Jay's accent is British slightly, aristocratically pompous. The accent all upper-class Indian private students would love to have. It's better for acting than the other two. I never knew I was made for acting.
I never knew you had a pompous British accent. I mean, you're pompous, but I wouldn't
Yeah.
say it's reflected in your accent.
Yeah, but
Aristocratic and pompous.
the only thing I paid attention to is it's better for acting. Is this a sign?
No.
Is this
no,
the
no.
message that I've been waiting for my
No.
whole life?
I'd stick to your day job. What's his name? Edwin Pierce.
Edward Pierce, yeah.
Edward.
Edward,
Speaking of aristocratic and pompous,
yeah.
Edward Pierce is about as aristocratic and pompous as you can get. But interesting observation. I've never described your accent as British.
Yeah, I don't think so as well. I feel like
don't know what it is,
It
but-
has some elements of,
A bit of everything.
yes. But it's all upper class Indian private students apparently. It's got me all figured out.
Peter Robinson has written to us. Thank you, Peter. He says, is Thailand at a time warp? As the days roll by, the COVID stories seem more and more outdated with what's happening here in the UK, the rest of the West. Get over it, FFS, which stands for fruit's sake or something like that. So is Thailand at a time warp? I tell you what, I mean, Thailand is just in a different stage of this Omicron wave. And at the moment, the numbers are sort of creeping up. They've been hanging around that 20 to 24,000 number for daily new infections over the past couple of weeks. The number of people dying from COVID in this wave has increased over the past couple of weeks. We are in a different phase of this Omicron wave, as are South Korea, Japan, where the numbers now slowly coming down, Hong Kong, which is just overwhelmed by it at the moment, and other countries in different parts of the world are in different phases. So is Thailand in a time warp? Well, it's just in a different phase of the Omicron thing. So just because Omicron may have come and gone in your particular country doesn't mean that it's automatically going to happen in Thailand. So you just need to do a little bit more reading and jump onto worldometers.com, where you can find out exactly what's happening with the COVID situation in other parts of the world and not just the UK.
All right, any last comments?
I wonder if Peter has got an aristocratic and pompous English accent as well.
Well, he's from the UK.
He's from the UK. Richard, I've got one more. And
Yeah.
Richard says, just drop the Thai pass. The UK, Germany and the rest of Europe will save Pattaya. Oh, that's a question mark. The UK, Germany and the rest of Europe will save Pattaya? 95% of the restaurants and bars the Indians don't go in. So this is the sort of commentary we get sometimes from people in Western countries who don't seem to like the fact that people from some countries, especially places like India and China, actually are able to and enjoy coming to Thailand as well. There is some sort of feeling that they perhaps own Thailand and it's only allowed for them to come. Yeah, we've got some news for you, and certainly the Thai government's very happy to accept people from all around the world, different cultures, different religions, to come to this magnificent country. Just drop the Thailand pass, Richard? Well, I mean, I think we're all hoping that's going to happen soon, so the rest of the world can come. If the UK, Germany and the rest of Europe are going to save Pattaya, I think tourists from anywhere in the world are going to help Pattaya. Again, it's not just the restaurants and bars that draws people to Pattaya. As we've spoken in the last couple of days, there's lots of other things to do here as well. And of course, most of the tourists come here as families in pure numbers, and they don't necessarily go to the bars and the restaurants. But Richard thinks that the Germans, the people from the United Kingdom and Europe are going to save Pattaya. Well, let's hope they do as soon as the restrictions are dropped.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope the ambience hasn't been too disturbing for you today.
Somebody was complaining about the fountain behind us.
Oh no, why? It sounds quite nice.
Well, it is very relaxing for us, although it do tend to make me want to go to the toilet, but I might rush off after we're finished here. But we're right next to the beach.
That's right.
At the Marine Beach Hotel, which we can recommend as a great place to stay if you are coming to Pattaya. And where we're sitting, we're looking at the beach. It's like 50 metres away, and we'd be wet.
That's right. And we're currently at the street bar.
And they've actually got a pool here, and within 20 metres we could be wet.
So if you're in Jomtien Beach in Pattaya, come by street bar and have a great time.
And if you want to stay overnight, you can stay here at the Marine Beach Hotel.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, please click the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already, and leave a comment in the section below if you want something to come to our attention and you might be featured in our next show.
I think some people actually write things just so they can be featured.
Yeah, but you know, there's like, for every 10 nasty comments, some are deleted. You might make it, you know, but I try not to give attention to someone who's trying to seek for it. So
Well, we actually
might
do.
as well try saying something useful.
We do sometimes get people who make a comment, then underneath people go, tiger bites. So
really?
that'll get read out.
Yeah. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you have a great weekend. We've had a great time here in Pattaya. We're going to be heading back to the office back in Bangkok very soon. Thank you to everyone who has come out and said hello to us at Marine Beach Hotel.
Been amazing.
At Glow Hotel, where we were yesterday, as well as we were walking by the street. So many people here in Pattaya have been so sweet, so nice, taking their time to say hi. We appreciate all of you. We appreciate Pattaya. We appreciate the viewers watching the show. And we hope you have a great weekend.
Jay, I appreciate you. Even if you don't know that Tiger Woods' mother was Thai.
What can I say? I'm dumb. I don't have any knowledge.